Welcome to the Last Drop Business Podcast, where we have the privilege of interviewing successful business owners who have maintained their sobriety. These entrepreneurs have achieved great success while staying sober, inspiring all of us to overcome challenges and to achieve our goals. So whether you're someone who is in recovery, an entrepreneur, or just someone looking for stories of hope, The Last Drop is your source of inspiration, motivation, and empowerment in the business place. I'm your host, Timo, and please join us as we celebrate The Last Drop, the moment where everything changes and the real journey begins. All right, welcome to the Last Drop Business Podcast, where we celebrate the incredible journeys of individuals who have embraced a sober lifestyle and have found strength, resilience, and purpose in the process. I am your host, Tim O'Connor, and on today's episode, we have Leandre Hayes. He is a professional skateboarder from Louisville, Kentucky, and Lexington, Kentucky. There we go. And he is spreading some hope with his brand Involved LLC. Be sure to check him out and check them out on Instagram, all the places you can find some social media. He's at Hayes Cleandre or Involved_LLC. What's up, Leandre? How you doing, man?
Man, I am doing fine. I can't complain. I'm really blessed to be here. I'm excited to be on your podcast, man. Really was nervous, and but nervous in a good way. Like, just the fact that I met you through social media, so actually, now talking to you face to face. So it's just one of the things. Like, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, man. Did you go skate today? What were you doing today?
Dude, it is rainy outside. The winter blues is down here in Kentucky, man. I filmed a little Wednesday, like weather here is weird, man. It could be 65 degrees, and it can be 20 in Kentucky. And right now it's 55 degrees, rainy. It's supposed to rain all weekend. I'll probably go somewhere into an indoor skate park sometime this weekend to get my fix in, my session.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Dude, yeah, it's the same here in Colorado. It's very like hit or miss. Sometimes, especially this time of year, it'll be like either super sunny and 50, 60 degrees outside, and then like days like today where it's been overcast for the past, 24 hours, and it snowed for like 4 or 5 hours today, and now the snow is melted and it's getting a little warmer, but it's just weird over here on like the western slope of Colorado. We're like kind of in an interesting place, but yeah, man, it's crazy that it's already like winter too. Like it felt like summer was just here and gone, and now it's just like
you have no idea
where to go,
Like, bro, you blink my eyes and it's like it's fall, winter, Christmas. Whoa, yeah. But dude, this 2023 it's been like a very like financially uplifting year, spiritually and mentally, man. Like, it's just stuff, the people that I've met in these 365 days, and the stuff I've done, and just blessed to just travel and still travel and skate, and then also be able to take care of my family while I'm doing that in the process. It's a very like, because people all the time like, how do you get time? How do you find the energy? And first and foremost, I always God. I pray to Him for like, financial blessings and also just the energy to keep it moving. You know what I mean? And the energy comes from people. And I'll say this straight up. Like when I was out there, I'm gonna say trolling the streets, I never slept. So when I sobered up, I still got that same energy of just like, I gotta keep doing something. So yeah.
Totally, man. Definitely. Well, yeah, let's get right into it, man. That's like a perfect segue. So why did you get into skateboarding?
Skateboarding, like I moved to Lexington, Kentucky when I was about 12 years old. Uh, like it's weird because I still got the same energy that I have as a kid, and so I used to play football first. And my mom, I'm gonna talk about my mom a little bit. My mom is a recovering addict. She's been clean for almost 27 to 30 years, I believe. And so at the time when I was a young kid, she was doing like she was still recovering from like she's probably about 6 or 7 months clean because I was in foster care and then she got us back. And so I used to play sports. And so while she was in recovery doing her thing, nobody really came to my like sport events. Like I used to play, I was really good at football, and nobody came to my football games, and I didn't understand it at the time. And so one day after football practice, I saw some kid rolling past me on a skateboard, and I was like, that's what I'm about to do forever. And so
Mm,
and so I told my
totally.
coach I don't want to. Yeah, I told my coach I don't want to be a football player no more. And I just like my brain just asphyxiated on skateboarding, man. Like everything about it, because it was just it was my peace. You know what I mean? And my chaos, because I grew up around nothing but chaos. You know what I mean? Like I still was,
Hmm.
I grew up without a father. Like me and my father are close now, but I grew up without him. My mom, she was doing her thing. So like the parental guidance wasn't there. Skateboarding was. So it skateboarding
Yeah.
guided me through friend to friend, through place to place, and it's just one of those things that kind of stuck with me, and I couldn't get rid of. And I got good really
Yeah.
fast at skateboarding. You know what I mean? Like, cause I was just so like I had it was just it. That's what I wanted to do, and that's what I still want. That's what I'm still doing today. And so
Yeah.
skateboarding
Yeah.
just really skateboarding became my best friend, and in the future, in the middle of it, came kind of my worst enemy at the same time. So it was one of those things too. It was a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. So when you were starting to get into skateboarding and really starting to get good at skateboarding, do you feel like alcohol or drugs helped with your creativity with skateboarding? Do you feel like it made you better during that
So
time?
so check this out. I I was a late bloomer, as they call it. I was from age 15 to like 20, 21. I always had a sponsor. So like my brain, like I was always traveling and skating in the van, traveling and skating all over the country, doing competitions, coming first, second, third, doing my little skateboarding thing, being getting it. I
Yeah.
didn't get introduced to alcohol until I was late, like 20, when I was like 23, and
Okay.
and that's when like life kind of trickled because like I got to my first wife. I got married when I was 21, and I didn't know how to
Yeah.
balance being a husband, a father, and a skateboarder at the time, and a professional skateboarder at the time. And I say that because I had a pro model that came out with a company called Ride City back in '07. And so
Okay.
like that's when like I got my name on the board, had a little Afro pick. I was stoked. I think I was like 20. And so that's when like stuff kind of took
Okay.
off, and I traveled a lot, and I couldn't balance the two of like being a man and being a skater because I was so like when you're a skateboarder, you're kind of stuck in time, man. You're stuck in this childlike wonder.
Yes.
You're
Totally. Yeah.
and I stayed in hotels and had fun, but I didn't party when I was a youngin. Like I said, when I realized I was losing my marriage, I
Mm,
start partying more. Partying became because
yeah.
I didn't have a home to go to no more. I didn't have a wife to go to no more. I didn't have kids to go to at the time. Uh,
Mm,
I got locked in with the I got real grungy with it, if you will. And I was always growing up, man. I grew up listening to Linkin Park and all the grunge and cringe music and stuff. So I was always like an emo black kid, bro. I did.
for
I
sure.
was listen. I was
Hell
I was
yeah.
all emo. I was all emo punk rocked out all the time. So I just
Yeah.
fell into the part. I did. I did. I went to shows. But I was sober with doing all that. But then I just fell into this party life. And I'm gonna let you know, my first drink. I remember this. My first drink. I was 22 years old at a house party. It was a Smirnoff lemonade. I didn't finish it.
Oh man. Yeah.
I passed out. I passed out on the couch. Missed the whole party off one. That was my first drink ever. I passed
Oh
out
my
off
god, dude.
Smirnoff
Oh
Ice.
my
Yeah, I didn't even
for
finish it.
sure.
But then that's when everybody around me. That's what they did, and I didn't even like drinking. I just did it because that's what I was supposed to do. You know what I mean? Everybody did
Totally.
it.
Hmm.
You know, and so I just drank, and then my drinking got away in my skateboarding, bro. That's when like I
Mm,
became this, yeah, yeah. Then like it it's funny because, like I said, like, okay, check this out. My drinking helped me skate because I was fearless. I was jumping down handrails, jumping down
Yeah.
steps. I would do any trick. Hey, Lee Hayes. That was what people call me. Hey, Lee Hayes, do this trick. Get this clip. Look, let's get it. I'll do it. Like I made a whole video part back in 2008, blacked out. I don't remember. When I watched it, I don't remember none of it.
Oh my
You know
God,
what I
dude.
mean?
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
dude.
Yeah.
But it was the gnarliest thing I ever. Yeah, I was doing some gnarly stuff.
Of
I was like, I
course.
don't. Cause I remember one trick. My buddy Brooks Shupin came up to the skate park, Woodland Skate Park, and I think I was drinking like a 12 pack, bro. He's like, bro, we got a deadline for this Void video. We need a clip from you. And I'm drunk, and I was like, bro, I got this trick. Let me grab this 12 pack of beer. I did like two bangers on this rail, blew everybody's
Yeah.
mind because dude, I can barely walk. And that's the thing about my skateboarding. I can barely walk, but I can skate. It was insane. Like I
Oh
did the
my
trick.
God, dude.
I know people were blown away, and I went back to drinking, dude. I was in the mix of that, but my drinking got in the way because I was Flow. I was sponsoring Flow for Plan B, Silver Trucks, FKD Bearings, and I skated for this
Oh
shop
yeah,
called The
yeah.
Void that doesn't exist no more. It was a local Lexington shop, and they used to send me boards and stuff, and I was getting like 10 to 15 decks a month, and then my decks went down to like maybe one deck a month, two, three decks and wheels, and I was like, this
Mm.
ain't right. So I had a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
conflict. I had some conflict with the shop owner. I was like these are my decks on the wall because I looked at the invoice and it said Leandre Hayes on the invoice. Because back in the day, it wasn't Instagram. You couldn't DM people. You had MySpace, bro. You had
Yeah, yeah.
email if they read them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, right? Yeah.
getting sponsored back in '08 was very hard. Like it
For
was hard to get
sure.
seen,
For sure.
especially in Lexington, especially in Kentucky, bro. It was hard to get seen. So the reason I got seen was
Totally.
from and the YouTube video still up. I did a nose grind down this big couple back in '07. It was a skate park called Ollie's, and this YouTube video, this one trick got me sponsored by all these companies because that's what they saw. Look, oh, that was crazy. And so
Damn,
me and the shop
dude.
owner,
Okay.
me and the shop owner got into like this beef of just like I don't want to blast him too much because I have reconciled with him. You know what I mean? I have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
amends, but at the time, like he was holding product for me, which in my head it was rightfully mine. And so
Yeah.
we went through this whole beef, and so it was his word against mine. So he told the sponsors that I was stealing from the shop, and then like my whole skate career like diminished immediately. Like and like I say, this is before like DMs. I couldn't DM nobody and speak my side. I couldn't you know what I mean? I couldn't message him. Like it was like they was like we're not gonna mess with a thief, and that's what they thought of me. And I didn't know how to handle that. I was like 24 at the time, so I didn't know how to handle that. So that's when the drinking, it was it. I was off to the races. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was already emotionally. I'm an emotional guy. I,
Yeah. Me too. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
better. I'm better now, but back in the day, I wore my heart on my freaking sleeve, bro. So
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
so I didn't know how to deal with none of that. So I just skated angry all the time. But it's funny
Damn.
because I feel like I'm skating the best now, but back then I was shredding because I was so pissed. I was so hurt.
Yeah.
I was betrayed. I was betrayed by skateboarding and the industry. They forgot about me like
Mm.
that, dude. I was up here, traveling the country doing this, getting paid to like we're done with you. So
Mm.
that was my yeah, and that happened from 2010 until 2000 for a good 9 years of just blackout and drinking and and then that's when I got introduced to cocaine. You know,
Yeah.
I was 24 years old. Uh, I made this decision at 24. I was like, I want to try every drug before I die, or I'm gonna die trying them.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And I did. I went on this drug binge on top of my drinking binge. You know what I
Oh
mean? It
man.
was pretty
Yeah.
it was pretty gnarly, bro. Like I'm pausing because I'm just thinking where I'm at right now because I seriously survived myself, and I tell people that all the time, bro. The biggest thing in your 20s is surviving your 20s.
Yeah.
Uh,
Fuck, dude. Oh my God. So
and
true.
at the time, I lived one of my sister's. He's now deceased. Boyfriend at the time. He was one of the biggest coke dealers in Lexington, and we were roommates. And so every
Oh
night, man,
man. Oh
I
man.
had I had the ball next to me every night, like every night, playing Call of Duty, playing Skate, playing Left 4 Dead or whatnot, and just geeking and
Yeah.
tweaking, and
Oh
then
my.
like every night. And like back in the day, unfortunately, back in the day, like powder was good. Back
Yeah. Yeah.
back in the day,
Not
it was
today.
good. Yeah, yeah. It's very stepped on, but back in the day, like my dude, like, and we was friends, so like, and that's the thing about like, yes, I paid for beer, but blow, I didn't have to pay for none of that, bro.
Oh
None
my
of it.
God, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's
So
gnarly. That's gnarly,
yeah,
dude.
bro, it was gnarly, dude. And so for the longest, I did like from age so 23 to like shit. Like 34 ish. I guess yeah, 10 years, 35 ish. It was just like
Damn.
drugs and alcohol. I didn't have no sponsors, but I was still good at skating. And then
Uh-huh.
at that point, it was like I was getting beside myself.
Mm.
Like, like I think at age 34, I looked in the mirror and I was like, dude, this is, I'm gonna die doing this. But
Oof.
I'm okay with,
Yeah.
but I was like, I'm okay with that. So let's keep it going. Cause I didn't
Oh
know
my
nothing.
God.
And that's why I'm so adamant because nobody like me is going out and saying what I say to people. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm
Yeah.
so animated when you say sober out loud. That's why I'm so animated because I didn't have nobody be like, hey, maybe that's not a good idea. Nobody, no, nobody cared about me. But like, cause at the time, you know, I alienated my mom because she was still in recovery, real tough. So she had to get away from me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was a wrecking ball, bro. Uh, me and my mom's relationship was not existent, dude. Like,
For
and
sure.
the relationship with women, like, because me and my mom didn't have a good relationship with, I didn't have no respect for women. Like, I was this guy, like, I didn't know what, only thing, and I tell this to people, skateboarding saved my life because that's the only thing that kept me literally grounded. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um,
Hmm.
if, but I'm gonna get to like further into like that in the story. But skateboarding like kept me in the game. Like people knew I was Lee Hayes, so I wasn't
Yeah.
completely homeless. I wasn't
Yeah.
completely like assed out because I had my name and people respected me as a skater because I was still shredding. I was still doing, you know. So people let me. I was a professional couch surfer at that point. I wasn't more of a professional skateboarder then. I was a professional couch surfer, if you will, and I guess searcher too, if you will. Yeah, I was searching for the next couch,
Yeah.
man. And so,
Oh.
like, yeah, like, yeah, so I stayed on people's couches and it just got grimier and grimier. And
Yeah.
one day, I after couches came short few in between. I had a Tahoe at the time. That's when stuff got real. I was sleeping in my car, sleeping
Yeah.
in my truck. That's when stuff got real when I started sleeping in my truck. Um,
Hmm.
and fortunately, that still was a blessing, man. Because at least I had somewhere to sleep. But there was times when winters were like
Yeah.
20, 19 degrees, and I had the Tahoe truck with the 3 row seat, and so I actually had like a little bed back there, bro.
Yeah.
So,
Put it down.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, like so I was living in my Tahoe for a hot one, man. And then during the day, I was acting like I was balling, but I knew how my life was really, dude. Like, cause it was a nice truck, all tinted windows, it was all blacked out, and it looked good.
Yeah.
But if you got in there, you know I was sleeping in there. So and so I'm leading up to like so one day, bro. So I'm gonna tell you this story. One day I was driving. It was 2 days before April Fools, I think. And I was a thank God, dude. I was a constant drunk driver, bro. I swear to you, I
Yeah.
didn't think I could. I swear I didn't think I could drive a car unless I was drunk. I had a
Yeah.
yeah, dude. I didn't kill nobody. I think about this all the time. Never got a DUI, but I used to always
Dude.
I had a 24 ounce in the console all the time, my guy.
Oh my
So
god, dude. That's
yes,
wild, dude. That's I
what,
feel
dude?
that though.
Like,
I feel
dude, I
it.
had it right here. I had it in the console every time, just drinking and like this, bro, drinking and driving, bro. My tinted
Oh my.
windows. So one day I'm at a stoplight, drinking my tall boy. I think it was income tax season. I think I just got my little $1,000 tax return, so I thought I was a baller. About to go
Yeah.
to the about to go to the strip club, buy drugs, get
Yeah,
drunk.
yeah.
So yeah, I did. I thought I was doing my thing. I got me $1,000. Um, and some old dude. I look in my rear view mirror to this day. I got PTSD from driving. Like I look in my rear view
Oh
mirror,
yeah.
and this old guy in his Cadillac, like he wasn't stopping, going like 60. I was like, dude, he's about to smoke me. I
Oh,
get rear-ended. I get rear-ended. He had an old body Cadillac. I get rear-ended. He totaled my car. Um, dude, check. I got the tall boy in my hand. Mind you that beer flies everywhere.
oh god,
So,
dude.
so I'm injured too in this car wreck, bro. So check this out. So he rams me. He rams me. I'm on Richmond Road, and there's a lake next to where we get rammed at. So I had like two tall boys. I get out of the car. My back's fractured. I fractured my back. My back's fractured. This is how drunk I am, dude. Like I'm drunk. I didn't know how injured I was. I get out of the car, like, dude, my back hurts. I fell down. I had these two tall cans. I crippled. I like walked. Not. I dragged myself to the lake, threw the beer in the lake, and then just laid next to my car. Cause it was a bad wreck. It was a bad wreck, bro. I fractured my lower back. It was a bad wreck. And this old guy, he was so old, he didn't know he hit me. The car was still, he was still gunning. He was still driving. His engine was in the backseat of my car. I'm smoked out. I'm crying because I'm thinking about to get a DUI because there's
Oh
beer
yeah.
everywhere. This beer.
Yeah. Yeah. Cops
So,
come and take one smell, dude. Like you're done.
yeah,
Yeah.
done. But they put me on the stretcher or whatnot, and so I go to the
And just
hospital.
took you away.
Yeah, so the cops come and interview me. Only reason they gave me a ticket because I was okay. I was homeless and I was doing my thing. I didn't have insurance on my car, so I just got a ticket for no insurance.
Oh my god, dude. You got
So the cops,
so lucky. So
bro,
lucky.
dude, like he came in and like literally, I was like, dude, I'm going to jail with this broken back. I'm in the trauma. Back getting a CAT scan. I'm crying because I'm just thinking, dude, neck brace.
It's over.
And
Yeah.
he talks to me about like, do you have any insurance on your car? No,
No.
no. And so he gave me a ticket for that. And so this is what I did. So I got into this crazy car wreck because he rear-ended me, then I rear-ended a tow truck. So I sued him. And so me suing him, me end up suing this guy. I end up getting about $15,000. And so
Okay.
I'm still a drug addict and alcoholic, bro.
Hmm.
So you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
about
me
that.
too.
I'm coming
Yeah.
up. I'm coming up on 15K. And so at the time, I was still talking to my ex-wife, and I was like, "Hey, check this out, ex-wife. I ain't gonna say her name. Uh, we can with that money, we can get our family together. I'm
Oh,
over just selling. I'm over selling her dreams. I was. This is like this how bad the disease was. I was selling her dreams. We're gonna get the family together. I got enough money to get us back on our feet. Blah blah blah. But
oof.
me being me, I got a at the time, but I think it was Instagram. I got a DM from an old friend from New Mexico, and I was like, this is my chance to redo my skateboarding career because my cousin at the time he lived in San Francisco, so he had all these sponsors and he had like the plug. It was like it was my chance. I think I was 34 at the time. It was my chance to get back in Thrasher in the scene and do my thing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I got that little 15K check and dipped out of Lexington and like said deuces to like everything that was everything. And
Mm.
I had a layover, and this is my New Mexico trip. I had a layover in New Mexico, Albuquerque, for like a couple of hours, and I knew some chick there. Ended up linking up, and I had that 15,000.
Oh,
My whole life, my whole life became Breaking Bad, bro.
are you
I end
kidding
up,
me?
I end up staying in this hotel Think about this. I had $15,000. I ended up staying in this hotel for about a month. Spent $10,000, bro, in a month.
Oh my
Buying,
God, dude. That's
buying,
crazy.
buying. I know, dude. Like that money was my that $15,000 in my head was my startup pro skater. Let's get back to glory. Go to San Francisco. Go skate. That was my goal, bro. That was my goal. You know what I mean? So I ended up spending about 9,000. Like on this is when I got addicted to crystal meth because out there in New
Okay.
Mexico, it's hard to find blow, but you can find meth like you find in cigarettes.
All over the place. Yeah, dude. It's
Yeah,
like same
meth
with
is meth.
same with where I'm at, you know, it's like it's so easy, and that's like the main problem out here on the western
People,
slope of Colorado
people,
and Utah, and dude, it's all over, dude.
people sitting on bus stops smoking meth. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm from Kentucky. I never seen that before ever. Like them head shops. They sell meth pipes. I know,
Mm-hmm.
like yeah. I thought they were like little
So
bomb.
weird.
They were like it was so weird. They literally sell like crack pipes at head shops. It was crazy. I never seen that before. So
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 crazy, dude.
I'm out there in New Mexico. I'm balling with 10K, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I still don't know how to really work money, but 10K, I thought that was $1 billion. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I got
Yeah,
this
dude.
15,000. So I'm out there strip club. This girl, and she's gonna be part of the story too. This girl that I was with, her name. I'm gonna say her name. Her name is Paige. She's no longer with us, but her name is Paige.
Mm.
She was a good friend of mine, and she got me out there, and we're doing our thing. And so when I bought this, my first thing when I bought cocaine, I thought it was cocaine, but it was crystal meth. Because I was like, because when I snorted it, I was like, why is it burning so much? And,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, he's like, oh yeah, it's a little meth in there, and, dude. And the way they do meth is just like it's so cool that I hate meth. It's so gross.
So
It's so
bad, dude. So
it's so
gross. So gross.
it's so gross. But so I'm over here just doing. I'm a follower, or I used to be. Like I'm just following the trend. So everybody's doing it. So when in Rome. So I'm over just buying. I'm the guy, dude. I'm in New Mexico with this money. Don't know a soul. Once again, some people knew me from skateboarding, so I had that kind of skateboard respect. Some people knew, oh, you
Interesting.
really
Yeah,
had,
yeah.
yeah. That's the thing I love about skateboarding. Like especially with my social
Oh
media now,
yeah.
people know me around the world with my IG now. But back in the day, I wasn't big like that on social media at all. It was just people just knew me from word of mouth. Oh, that one black guy that skates, blah blah blah. So people still respect me. I don't know if they got this in Colorado, but they got like 40s that are plastic. That blew my mind. Like plastic 40 ounces.
Oh yeah, 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 dude. It's
It blew
crazy. That
my
was like the thing, man. That was the thing
yeah,
in
yeah,
college is like and when
yeah.
I was in
Same.
college too, man, that was like the time where dude, there were like so many times skating in college where I would go and like get a 40, get some weed, and I would like me and my homies would go to the skate park and we would just like roll up and be like, we're fucking badass. And a couple of my friends were also sponsored by I don't even remember who they were sponsored. I think like Crew and
Mm-hmm.
there was a couple
True.
of my
Yep.
homies who were decent, and like we would skate with them, and I sucked at skateboarding. Like I was okay, but I definitely wasn't fucking that great. And so I do that one day when I was smashed. I was trying to kickflip this like 5 stair, and I was like, dude, or maybe I think it was a 3. It was a 3 or 4 stair, actually, not a 5 stair. It was a 3 or 4 stair, and I was like, I'm gonna kickflip this thing, and I kept trying and trying, and then finally I landed it, and I was like, dude, I got this. I'm gonna do it again, and I fucking do it again, and I land, and my front foot slips off, and my skateboard just like right in my
Oh.
face, like right in my nose, dude. And I like you could see inside of my sinus cavity, and there was just blood just pouring down my face, and I was so wasted that my blood was like so thin it was just pouring out of my face. And literally I was like, dude, I'm fucking good. I took a drink, and then we went to Wendy's or something across the street, and I got like a Frosty and just put it on my face, and I like just got a bandage and cleaned myself up and put it on my face. I was like, I'm fucking good. And I never went to the doctor. I never got stitches, never did any of that bullshit. And it's just like, that's what fucking alcohol and drugs will do to you. It'll make you like think you're
Yeah,
invincible. And then you do some shit
yeah.
like that. And it's like, dude, I could have gotten like a gnarly infection and I could have fucking like lost an eye or something. And it's like,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
that's my mind
Like
was so fucked, you know. But
for
so
sure.
do you think today that like drugs and alcohol still have like a big grasp on the skateboarding scene? Because when I was out, you know, even a couple of years ago, it was like that shit was fucking everywhere.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure. That's why when I sobered up, I most people, stay away from bars or all the places where they used to, do drugs and alcohol, whatever. I felt like I just like I had to still be a part of that per se, just to
Mm,
because it's like because these young people they think that's what like Thrasher and stuff, man. They think that's what they need to do to be a skater is to get high all the time, man. They think they need to get
yeah,
drunk all the time to be punk rock and cool. And there's so many punk rockers that are sober out there, man. You know what I mean?
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and it's just one of those things that like yeah, people think they need to beat like I said when I was out there in Albuquerque, it's all it was. You know what I mean? Like I was like when I say Breaking Bad moment, bro, I was in it. I can't like there was no way out for me. Like I went to a skate park called Los Altos, and it's like that skate park's so hood, it's dangerous. I'm from Kentucky. I'm gonna keep telling you that. I'm in there being like my Kentucky nice. Hey guys, want to be friends? I'm a whole 34-year-old man. You want to be friends? Well, we skate. These dudes are like skateboarding with straps, and because I'm out there in the wild, wild west of Albuquerque, bro. I don't know nothing about
Yeah.
Albuquerque. Know nothing about it. You know what I mean? People like, who are
Oh
you?
my god.
Where are you from, bro? And there's not many black people out there, so there was definitely like either I was the dope man or I was doing the dope. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
fortunately,
Totally.
I'm gonna give I'm gonna give this guy a shout. I met this dude named Jeremy Dela Cruz, man. Like, if it wasn't for him, like I just sent him some involved gear a couple weeks ago, so I'm pretty stoked about that. If it wasn't for him,
Right.
I would have died out there, dude. Because Albuquerque's like when he made me do a trick first, I guess to prove myself. And the trick was I did like a switch blunt on this big extension at Los Altos, and he's like, all right, I can mess with you. And so we became friends off that, and he showed me how to survive out there. And like I said, it was a rough survive. Um, there was one point where like I used to sleep on UNM's campus, University of New Mexico's campus, and one day
Oh,
I did
dude.
yeah, it was rough. It like when I mean he helps me survive, he just showed me where not to go and let me know who not and what not to
Who not to
say. You know
talk
what I
to?
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I didn't realize how dangerous of a state that was until I really got deep into it, and I was like, this place is dangerous. Why am I out here? But I ended up getting back
Mm.
home thanks to my little brother. I called him one day crying. I was like, my little brother, his name is BJ, and I was like, BJ, dude, I'm gonna die out here. Like and I was like, send me money, like, because I was just sleeping outside, and I was like, now, like, my brain was in survival mode, and I was in like stealing mode. I was in robbing mode. Like, I used to rob, like, they don't got Kroger. I don't know if you guys got Smiths. They got Smiths out there, so I used to just like go in these Smiths and pull runners. That's what they call them. I used to just pull these runners, stealing beer, and I used to steal beer to survive, not for me, just to be like, can I stay at your house? Here's 230
I got
rats.
some beer. Yeah.
Yes, please
Damn,
let me
dude.
stay.
Oh my
Please let.
god.
I didn't even get beer to like get my fix. It was for like, please got some beer. It was like, yeah, and I didn't want to be that guy no more. I didn't want to be that goat. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. So
like
that's
I
that's
didn't
kind
want
of
to.
like what it so that's like what it took was you to basically be homeless and fucking trying to find places to live and like stealing beer just to live on people's couches for you. Was that like the turning point for you to be like, dude, I'm done with this, like I can't do this
When
anymore?
my turning point was when I came back to Lexington, uh, my 36th birthday. I still deep in drinking, doing drugs. I went to Cincinnati, and I think that day I drank like 25 beers, bro. Like, and it was only like it was like I don't know how I'm not dead, dude. It was like 3 o'clock. I drank like 25 beers, tried to do a trick and snapped my leg in half.
Oh,
Uh, I broke my tibia, my fibia, and my ankle. I still got nerve damage in three toes. I still can't feel like three of my toes. And this is the thing I tell people all the time. Like when I was so like such a drunk, bro, and such a skater and drunk and just so like you said when you knock your face loose and all that. My leg is
Yeah.
broken, my guy. My leg is broken. I sat there. My leg is looking at me in my face. I sat there,
Oh,
I finished my six pack of beer before I went to the hospital because that was more
God.
important to me. It was more important to me than my twisted limb. Um, but that still wasn't my coming to God moment. It was actually when that broken leg just unraveled. Like girlfriend at the time left me. I ended up being homeless again with no friends, no sponsor, no Lee Hayes credit. I used to have Lee Hayes credit. I had no more Lee Hayes credit. I was a bum. I had nothing. I was officially sleeping at Woodland Skate Park in the bathrooms. There's a bathroom. I slept there because it was warm. Like I slept next to a toilet because the toilet was warm because it had feces in it. My guy.
Oh my God, dude. Holy shit.
that's that's when and I skipped a part of the story. My best friend months before committed suicide. He
Mm.
when he took his life, that's when my brain kind of like snapped. Like because he's the only person that kept me above water. His name was Jesse Boone. After Jesse committed suicide, that's when I lost my mind, and that's when I ended up like breaking my leg, and that's when like it wasn't beer no more. It wasn't beer no more, Tim. It was a straight vodka. I was a drunk. I accept I was a
Yeah.
straight bottle of Heaven Hill vodka, just straight drinking it like it was water. And after he took his life, I was okay. I was okay to die. I called my mama. I called my mom at the time. I called my friend Johnny Rowe. He's a pastor, and I called my friend Brooke Shupin. And I just wanted to hear those three voices because I was going to take my life. I was okay with dying.
Mm.
My mom. I called my mom. Was like, I called my mom and I was just like, "What do you think of me?" Because my mom wasn't fond of me at all. Like couple of weeks before I made this phone call, I kicked her door in with a broken leg. Like I was a maniac, dude. I was so angry.
Oh
So
man.
she's like, I don't think she says she's like, I love you and I hope you get help. I was like, okay. And I hung up. I called my pastor, a friend John Rowe, and I was like, can you just pray for me, John? He didn't know what was going on. I think I haven't talked to him in like 3 years, and he had the same number, so I called him. He prayed for me. I was like, yeah, I appreciate that. And then I just called Brooks, and
Mm.
I told him where I was at. I told him that I was like, I was done. I told him where I was at, and he told me about his brother getting clean and stuff, and so I was it was November 5th. I was sitting at the skate park in my wheelchair, crying, drinking this bottle of vodka, and I heard a voice, and to this day I know there was God. I heard a voice saying, "Not today, Lee. Today ain't your day. Don't do it today. Give
Mm.
go down to UK hospital and go ask for help." So I called my mom. I told her what I was doing. She picked me up. I told her I was gonna kill myself, and she picked me up. This is how much my mom loved me. I'm a drunk, and she knows I need help. I was like, I just need one more six pack. She went to the store and bought me one more six pack. My last drink was a pint of Heaven Hill and a six pack of Milwaukee's Best, bro. And I
Oh my
cried.
God, man.
I never cried so hard. Mind you, I still got a broken leg. I never cried so hard because I know that was the last time I'm
Yeah.
ever,
It's gonna fucking
ever.
do it.
Yeah, that's the last time I'm ever gonna drink again. And
Hmm.
I went into UK hospital crying, dude, like so defeated. And like the people, whoever watches this, it's okay, man. Like
Mm.
it's okay to be defeated, man. Like I was so defeated. I was so defeated. Like life has crushed me. I was up here, Lee Hayes, skateboarder superstar, to like, bro, you are a drunk and no one likes you.
Yeah.
Like in a span of a span of 10, in a span of
Fuck,
10
dude.
years, like no one, like, like, and I walked in that place with broken leg, had my crutches, crying, like, help me, and that's all I said was help me.
Yes, I
I,
feel
I
that, dude.
literally,
I feel.
I literally, I literally just said help me. That's all I can say. That's all the energy I can muster out. And they helped me, and they said, "Do you feel like killing yourself?" Yes. If you guys let me go, I will die. And so they got me a room. They put me on suicide watch for 4 days. There was a lady in there like every day, just sitting there looking at me, 4 days straight. They
Oh
obviously they had
man.
shifts, but it was like a different person every shift just watching me. You know,
Yeah.
they had me on the psych ward with like when the windows you can't open. You know, cause and it
Hmm.
was crazy. After like 3 days of I was hallucinating. I was talking to my dead best friend. I I'm just playing. I really don't want to drink no more. I was just playing. You know I'm like the thing about when you sober up, when you get to that moment, you start to bargain with yourself in reality. And
Yeah.
people don't understand when you drink so much. I drunk for about 15 to 20 years. Like your brain, like you don't know if you're coming or going no more. When you sober up, you don't know if you're coming or going. So it was this. I tell people when I was detox, like I wasn't detoxing off the drugs, off this alcohol, man. I'm gonna say that's just a beast.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I couldn't stop shaking, dude. I was sweating. I didn't. I was talking to myself. I didn't know if I was coming or going. I was hallucinating. I, I didn't know what life was like without drugs or alcohol.
Oh, yeah. Dude, feel you on
And
that shit.
and thank God for those nurses because since I had my broken leg, and obviously when I broke my leg, they prescribed me a perk 30s, so I had to come off my 30 pill binge and my alcohol binge at the same time. And guess what? Like my leg was still broken, so I was still in a lot of pain, like legit pain. I kind of skipped the part the fact that I was drinking. So this is what made me stop drinking too as well. Come to that stuff. Like I went to a doctor visit one time too, and they told me they was gonna cut my leg off because of my alcohol
Oh,
abuse. Like I was gonna
yeah,
get my
dude.
because I was drinking, so I was still drinking. My leg was broken. My toes were turning black, bro. My toes,
Oh,
like that's why I still can't feel three of my toes because I was like drinking, like my toes were like turning. People don't understand that stuff is poison.
it is. Yeah,
It's
dude.
poison. Like alcohol is like yeah, meth and all that stuff is bad, but alcohol is just it's just poison, pure poison. And so like that's what like so I'm in this hospital in agony. My leg's broken in four places, my guy. Like
Mm.
and my legs stayed broken because I drank through I drank the whole time my leg was broken. So my leg didn't start to heal until like 30 days of me sobering up. So my leg was broken. When I say broken, it's still like detached like that for
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
until I sobered up. That's when my muscles and stuff. It's and I thank God, dude. And that's what brought me to Him. Because so many people, when I was out there rolling around in the wheelchair, so many people, God brought so many people to pray for my healing of my leg. Some people knew that I was Lee Hay. Some people knew that how good of a skateboarder I used to be. They prayed for the healing of my leg, bro. And because my leg was mangled, dude. Like the doctors told me I will barely walk again. And so dude, and I went. So this is when I went to step work. They finally found the rehab for me because there were a lot of rehabs that wouldn't take me because I was coming off pills. My leg was broken, and that was so
Mm.
discouraging. When they said they couldn't find a rehab for me, I was like, "Fuck it." Excuse my language. F it. Eh, I guess I'm not sobering up. That's what,
Mm.
like because that's how I felt. I was like, I guess I'm not sobering up. Uh, but the nurses wouldn't let me leave. So I stayed in the hospital for about 2 weeks until they found Stepworks, and Stepworks called. They talked to me. They say, are you willing to walk up steps because it's a lot of steps?" And I was like, "I'm willing to do anything to get sober."
Oh,
And
there you
so
go. There you go.
big shout out to Stepworks in London, Kentucky. They saved my life, man. And you don't understand how 30 days of just not drinking and doing drugs, how you like my leg was feeling better. Like I felt my leg feeling better. Like I can wiggle like the healing process, you know what I mean? And it's just like the mental healing. Like people understand like when you drink like as a skater, and like I said, like at the beginning of my story, I just had free access to cocaine. Like I damaged my brain tissue.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally.
people sober up and they want to like live a life. You got to learn how to walk again. And literally had to learn how to walk again.
Yeah, dude, like straight up, man. And that's so when you were in that rehab, like first that must have been super discouraging being in the hospital and being like, dude, no rehab will take you. Sorry. Like, that would be like, what the fuck? Like, why not? You know? And,
Yeah.
like, why not? I thought it was rehab. Rehab takes people that want to get better, right? And it's just, that took so much courage just to like hold on and stay in the hospital willingly, and like, and just wait until rehab found you. And like, when I first got clean, also it was this kind of the same thing, to where mentally I was like, I will do anything to get clean, and I will do anything to stay clean, because like, it is so much better after you make it past 30 days and you're like, okay, I
It
got
is,
30
man.
days. Like, I got a grasp on this, and that, dude, yeah, that's crazy. That's so crazy. So after you got into rehab, how did your life progress? Like, what happened? The good parts. What happened after that?
So the whole time I was rehab, I constantly, I believe his name is the counselors there that constantly told me like, yes, we're sober, but you're a skater. You're gonna be able to help so many people that we are not gonna reach. And I took like,
Oh,
and I
God.
remember them saying that to me. I was at the rehab center. We was at it was Thanksgiving Day, and I'm sitting there with my broken leg, and I was like, I don't know what this guy's talking about. I got a broken leg. I ain't who I used to be. I'm a shell of my former self. But
Mm, yeah.
but he said
Holy.
that, and so when I got out of rehab, I was terrified because I thought I was gonna go straight back to the streets. I thought I was gonna go straight back to the streets. I was terrified. But my little sister, her name is Delicia, she let me stay with her. Because
Mm.
I couldn't stay with my mom because my mom was still terrified of me, man. 30 days ain't nothing. The stuff I done to her, 30 days ain't long enough for me to, hey mom, can I? Yeah. So my little
Yeah. Can I
sister,
come back in and stay with you after
yeah,
I got
nah,
30 days? I got 30 days. I'm
yeah.
good now. I'm good.
It's crazy that we think in 30 days. Yeah. You know what I
Like,
mean?
I'm
But
fixed. I'm fixed
I'm,
after 30 days of sobriety. Dude,
yeah,
not at
yeah,
all.
yeah, not at all. But so I stayed with my little sister, and I got a couple homies that I still wanted to be. I think. Oh, let me explain. I didn't want to be a skateboarder anymore. Mind you, that I didn't want nothing to do with skateboarding. I wanted to be a human. So I got out of rehab. I wanted to be just a guy that works. I didn't want my. I don't want to be Lee Hayes. I don't want to be the skater. I don't want to be this professional. I just want to be a human being. But fortunately, God had other plans for that, man.
Ooh.
He threw a lot of people in my way. I met this young man named Jackie Harris. He's from Florida. Uh, and I kind of drawn myself to him because he reminded me of me when I was young because he's a really talented skateboarder. Uh, and so I was like, if I start a brand, because he came to Kentucky to just work, but he was good at skating. So I was like, if I start a brand, would you ride for it? He's like, yeah, man, I'll mess with you. Like, yeah, I'll let you sponsor me, whatever. And it was all like, we all kikiing, laughing about it. And I also still, I was like, how can I stay involved with skateboarding? I'm done. My
Mm.
career's over. My career's over. Yo, I still got pins sticking out of my leg, bro. I can barely walk. I was walking.
Oh,
I had a walker for like 10 months. I was an old man. Uh,
damn, dude. Oh
uh,
my
so
God.
so so I was like, how can I stay involved with skateboarding? Involved? How can I stay involved? And I was thinking of a clothing brand. Should I call it recovery clothing? No, that's so corny. Not everybody's in
Yeah.
recovery. That's
Yeah, fuck.
corny, Blue. I was like, it was so corny. And then I was like, involve, Bing. I was like,
That's
Bing.
awesome.
And I was
That's
like,
so
involve.
awesome, dude.
We're just gonna name it involve because I was like, you know what, involve can be. I tell people all the time, involve is not like a skateboarding brand. It's anything. It's anything
Hmm.
that keeps you focused on who you are. Who do you? What makes you you? I don't care if you're out there
Yeah.
playing pickleball. I don't care if you tap dance. That's who you are.
Oh, yeah.
You like because people's like, is it a skateboard company? No, it's involved is you, bro. Like
Mm,
skateboarding is what I do. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Involve is not that.
totally.
You know what I mean? And so I started a little skate team, and Involve kind of turned into this thing. It blows my mind where I'm at with the company today. But like at first, like the first year of me having this, I just gave stuff away because I know skateboarding. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know business. I don't know business. I know how to give free stuff away. I made a couple of shirts. I
Totally.
already knew that I was gonna look like, I tell people like, man, that first 2 years of you having a company, you're gonna be negative all the way. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
so
Totally, dude.
I traveled all over Kentucky, Cincinnati area, Tennessee, and just where I ain't gonna say I just where like God allowed me to go, man. And and
Mm.
I'm gonna say this much too, like when I sobered up. I told myself I just wanted to, because I was real big into like fixed gears and riding bikes, and,
Hmm.
and so I was like I just want some
Oh
way
yeah.
to get around, and so but God ended up blessing me with my first vehicle was it was a Chevy Cruze, and it was a nice car. It was a 2014, and I thought I was gonna have
Oh
some Rust
yeah.
Bucket 85 Camry or something like that, but I
Yeah.
had
For sure. For
I,
sure.
I did my first like when I mean hey my guy when I mean my first vehicle I'm 37 right at the time 37 36 I never had somebody as a professional skateboarder as a traveling skater you never drove somebody always drove you so
Yeah. For
I
sure.
never
Totally.
so I never had a license you know what I mean I didn't get my license until I turned like 34 35 so me
Feel
getting
that.
this car when I went to this dealership and got this car I cried uncontrollably like I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
this is mine. It was a nice car. I ended up paying it off, and I got another vehicle. So even when I paid it off, dude, I crapped a brick. Like when I gave the car back and got another one, paid it off. Dude, this dealership guy looked at me. He didn't understand. I told him my testimony, and he
Yeah.
teared up a little bit too because I was like, dude, I was a crackhead, a meth addict, an alcoholic.
Mhm.
I just paid off a vehicle.
That's what's up. That's
And
awesome,
that's all
dude. That's
and that's
what's
all
up.
because I don't want to drink today.
Hmm.
Today.
Totally.
And so fast forward back to being involved. So I'm able to get this reliable vehicle and I'm traveling the country just going to like raggedy skate parks. Like now people DM me all the time with skate parks. And I go to them. I'll go to your skate park. DM me if you like I got people in Colorado, like I may make a trip out there sometime this summer. They
You
come to my
should.
park, bro. Come out to my park. I was like, bet. And so and I just see like me giving like when you gave me this last drop baseball tee, stoked. I was like, I needed one of these. And the same
Hell
thing
yeah.
with just giving a shirt and a hat away. It gives hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah. 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 For sure.
and then I realized that's when I realized too, like God, this is bigger than me, huh? This company ain't about me. This company is not about putting a little money in my pocket. This is getting people back to where they need to be at. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Totally.
so like that, like involve, and I tell people all the time, involve is it's not for it's not put money in my pocket. It doesn't sustain me. I get money from my social media, skateboard companies. I got a full time job. You know what I'm saying? Ironically, the place that saved my life, I work there. I work at UK. You know what I'm saying? And
Nice.
I think it's funny every time I work in this hard. I tell people all the time, it's like this place saved my life, and I work here now. It's crazy. Full circle. It's crazy. But involve is just,
Dude.
and I tell people all the time, is just involve is just more than me, you know,
Hmm.
and it's just a thing that it's something tangible. Like the last drop is just something tangible. People like to touch
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so it's just one of those things that it's growing. Like this year, 2023, I'm not gonna lie, like I was talking to my wife, you know what I'm saying? And that's all. And I feel like that's when I met my wife. I felt like, okay, I gotta bring Kaylee involved in this. Yeah, I can't forget my wife. I was like, hold up,
Hell
she's
yeah.
in there somewhere. Yeah, so I had involved before I met my wife. So I was doing my involved thing, and I met my wife 2021 of like October, like 2 days before her birthday. I asked her to be my girlfriend, and that was weird to me because I was like 37, asking this 27-year-old to be my girlfriend. and
Right on.
and
Right on.
so and one of the things that made me like fall in love with her is just like she's a very driven woman.
Mm.
She has a crazy story and her trials and errors and her testimony that she survived her stuff as well. She has a crazy story, and it just made me fall in love with this woman, and it just draw me to her. And so when I wasn't going to church at the time, I was still doing my AA thing, my higher power, going through my meetings and stuff like that. And so
Mm.
with me meeting her, she kind of brought me closer to God. And she definitely brought a relationship together with me and God. And so, with that being said, it's one of the things. Like I think it was, I think we dated like 6 months, and she's going to like I want to say Bible college, so she's trying to get her Bible credentials or whatnot. And so, of course, the
Mm.
pastor's like, "Well, are you guys being with each other, laying with each other, blase, blase?" And I was like, "Yeah." So it was like, well, either I got to step away from the relationship, let her do her thing, or become her husband. And ironically, my wife has a really bad heart condition that like
Mm.
so, and that's why most of the time we're always in the hospital because she has a real bad heart. I think she had like 3 heart surgeries, I believe.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, she's only 20. She's 29 now. And She's about to get another one soon. So she
Oh
has
my
a. I don't want to talk about her heart condition because I butcher it and she gets mad when like not even say get mad, but I can't really explain what's going on. But her heart is bad and
For
she
sure.
has a
Yeah,
heart.
yeah.
She has a heart of like like an 80-year-old. You know what I mean? Her body doesn't
Oh
agree with her.
wow. Okay.
So I told her straight up. I told her straight up. I was like, hey, that's when COVID was still trickling around. I was like, hey man, if you get sick or something, I'll marry you. And we just laughing about it. Whatever. She ended up getting really sick, and I was like, dang, this is. And the fact that she was getting really sick, I was like, dang, either I need to be in this woman's life or kick rocks. So I think 6 or 7 months in a relationship, we ended up getting married. And I never thought I'd get
Nice.
remarried again too. And like they say in the program, the promises are true. I never thought I'd get remarried again. I got 3 beautiful stepkids that I love, and they tickle me a lot. You know what I mean? I love being around them.
Huh.
We have like, yeah, dude. I never thought I'd be a stepdad. I told myself that I was like, I'm gonna be nobody's stepdad because I do have three
Yeah.
kids that I do got 3 kids that I currently don't see due to like my past aggression. Because I like my ex-wife that I left when I hit at 15K. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Got
four
it. Yeah, yeah,
years,
yeah.
yeah,
Gotcha.
4 years of sobriety ain't enough for her. So I still got kids that I currently don't see, and I got one Trey that's out there hooping that I do see with his mom Brandy and stuff. I do get to see him and being part of his life, but like my wife Kaylee brought me very close to God, and she's a godsend. I love the woman to death, and like we're definitely growing a lot together, and it's just one of those things that like she is my better half, and it's just one of those
Mm.
things that like I never thought I would be married, man. You know what I mean? And I'm learning a lot
Yeah.
being a husband. I only been a husband for 2 years, and so it's a challenge still being a husband and running a skate company.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I say that because I like to travel a lot, but now I got a family, so I gotta like pick my battles and weekends now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Totally.
it's always if the wife's working or like sometimes I take the kids they travel with me with when we do involved stuff and I love it. Like you'll see on my social media we got a little portrait family thing going on. We'll go do a skate park and all the kids are weren't involved. We got my little stand and it's a whole family thing. So we have fun doing it. And they have fun doing it with me and stuff. And I got my
Dude.
12-year-old. He filmed some of my clips. So it's one of those things that it's new and I'm growing. I'm growing in Christ and I'm growing still in this sobriety thing. Like I said, I just celebrated 4 years on the 5th.
Hell yeah.
So
Congratulations, man. That's huge. That's like it's crazy enough just getting like a day sober, right? But also it's like
dude,
when we start putting time together, it's so nice being able to be like consistent and it's like I'm starting to realize like okay, I know what I have to do to make sure that I don't go crazy today or like,
for
and
sure.
if I don't do the things that I need to do, then it makes life a lot harder for me to manage. But it's like now I'm starting to get in the routine and I'm really starting to realize like I need to do these things every
Oh
day.
yeah.
Because if I don't do these
Well,
things every day, I'm gonna go right back to where I was. And it's a
I tell
beautiful thing, like what recovery does for like all of us.
For sure. I tell people all the time, like, because I'm 4 years clean, man, I feel like I'm more in the danger zone because I'm comfortable. I can get complacent real quick, working,
Yeah.
skating. People just coming up to celebrate me. You know what I mean? I was at the gas station and I don't realize how big I don't think nothing of my social media and like the dude was filming stuff for the UK thing and some dude was like, "You're Leandre Hayes from YouTube, huh?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I do got a YouTube channel. Forgot about that thing." and so, and so I get complacent with that, and it's just one of those things that like I glad people see that because it's like I, I like it humbles me, but I still like I'm still an alcoholic, guys. I take this one day at a time. I tell
There you
my
go.
wife is
Yeah,
all my
yeah.
wife Kaylee is always like, if you drink, you know you can come to me, right? I say, babe, if I drink, I would die. I would disappear. I know I will. I will find a
Mhm.
hole in New Mexico and vanish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't like. I tell people all the time. I don't like. I hear people that come back from relapse, and that's part of the story. But I don't think relapse could be my story. You know what I mean?
No. Nope.
Because I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I love alcohol. I tell people that straight up. 4 years clean,
Me
I still
too.
love that stuff. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yes,
Fuck yeah.
I don't sit there and like, my mouth used to water back in the day. I used to sit there twitch and itch, but alcohol, dude, like I take this thing one day at a time, man. Like, I don't think I could drink one beer and be like, oh man, I messed up. No, not at all, bro. I'm going to, it will be bad.
No way.
Like,
Yeah,
and
dude.
I tell,
Yeah. It would.
and I tell people, like when people are fresh in recovery, the reason I'm still sober to this day because drinking to me is life or death.
Yeah,
If I
exactly.
if I
It's life or
if I
death,
drink
dude.
if I drink again, I know I will die. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I lost many friends. Like my friend Paige that I met in New Mexico. She saw me get sober, and unfortunately she passed away from just drinking. And I used to think when you drink and do stuff like that, I thought like you died being like an old drunk. I didn't know you died being a young drunk. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And people don't
Mhm.
realize when you stop drinking, if you drink vodka and tequila and stuff every day, and you stop, you're gonna die. Like
Yeah. Yes.
your body needs that. It needs it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
one of those things
100%.
that,
Yeah.
yeah. And I lost a buddy a couple months back. You know what I mean? Like I tell people all the time, like I'm 38. I have new friends. I have people that I can call and talk to, but most of my friends that I grew up with, they're all gone because
Mm.
we were stuck in that 2009, 2016 era of just partying, and not all of us
Yep.
made it out. And
No, dude.
and
No, I feel that for
and
sure.
and that's why I feel like this is my mission to do stuff like this. And when I talk to people, I don't sit there just throw like an AA book or a Bible at them. I just let them know like
Nah.
you don't have to do that if you
Mhm.
don't want to. You don't have to drink if you don't want to. There's a way out. I promise you.
Mhm.
And like I said, I always like to emphasize that like I'm a real life drunk. I'm just a sober drunk. I'm just a sober drunk. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
tell
yeah.
people that all the time. I'm just a sober a drunk. You know,
Mhm.
and I glad like you got NA, I got AA. It's so like those programs are like I'm gonna say this one thing. It's like thank God for COVID because it created Zoom, man. It created
Yes.
Zoom.
100%, dude. Yeah,
Like
100%.
like Zoom. COVID was a blessing. You got Zoom, dog. Like
Mhm.
like I zoomed to people in Chicago. I zoomed people in New York called Harlem Sober. You know what I mean? And it's
Hell
just one of
yeah.
those things that like you can get sober. You don't have to just like, oh, I gotta grab. Because back at like 4 years ago when I was getting sober, people picked me up. I had a broken
Yeah.
leg and people picked me up before I had a car. And that's how desperate I was. Like I went to
Yeah.
meetings with a broken leg,
100%.
crying every day. And it's just like I
Yup.
said. And so where I'm at today is just like I'm beyond speechless with my life. Because you just heard my life, right? You heard what
Yeah, dude.
I
Yeah,
used to sleep in
dude.
bathrooms and porta potties. So
Fuck, dude.
I'm beyond grateful. When I start my car engine, I'm like, yo, you know,
Got a car
I,
today. Yeah.
I got a car. Like even like when people, I just sent some gear to Canada. I sent some gear to Africa. People are across the world are buying Involved gear. That blows my mind.
Dude, right?
Like
It's amazing. Fuck, that's so amazing, dude.
I was walking around Lexington, Kentucky 4 years ago asking people for $1 so I can get some vodka. You know what I mean? And
Hmm. Yeah.
I saw your TikTok earlier today about like how much money you save when you don't drink. Like you save so much money. I have a jar of change. Probably got like $500 in quarters in it or something. I don't know. But like you save so much money not giving money to the dope man or to like the liquor store, bro. You know,
Right? For
and
real.
like
For
I
real.
said, like I don't know who needs to hear this or see this, but your life matters. Like your life
Mm,
matters.
it does.
People,
Yeah. Fuck yeah, it does.
people cared. People cared about me before I could care about myself. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's huge, man. Dude, I did not love myself, dude. I didn't love
Me
Lee
either, dude.
Hayes.
Me either.
I didn't love
Uh.
Lee. I love Leandre. Leandre Hayes is cool, but I didn't love myself for a long time. And people in the program, and God constantly threw people in my way. Like even
Mm,
people like you from social media that just saw my stuff and was like I jig
yeah,
with you.
dude.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so that
dude.
means
Fuck
a
yeah.
lot. Even being on your podcast, that means a lot, dude. I get so stoked on stuff like this. Like, yay. Like, and I'm gonna say this too, even though we are sober, life still lifes us. We
Yes.
still
Yeah,
get
it does.
we still get moment of depression. We still get sad.
Mhm.
Not every day we're happy. Like you still wake up like, oh man, I'm sad. But one thing, like the one alcoholic said before me, dude, I'm proud to be an alcoholic because I do remember. I can remind myself where I used to be at, how far I came,
Exactly.
real
Yeah,
quick,
dude. Exactly.
real quick. Dude, when I go on my job and don't want to be here, I was like, man, I'm happy, dude. I was so broke. I had,
Yeah.
had such a,
Yeah.
I had
Dude,
such,
yeah.
I had such
Me
a,
too.
I had such a fake facade, but driving around thought I was the man of the year. I was like, I was so broke, dude. I couldn't even buy double cheap, dude. It was bad.
Right?
It was
Yeah,
bad.
dude. Yeah, that's a really good segue too, So if you could, and we'll wrap up after this one, but if you could tell anyone trying to get sober, if there's, kids listening to this right now, people listening to this right now, and they're trying to get sober, trying to get clean, what would you tell them?
Dude, just like I said at the middle of my story, just ask for help. Like people will help you. Don't like I I didn't think I was helpable because the damage I'd done to people, like emotionally, financially, and all that can be mended. You know, like my best friend took his life because he thought that was his only way out. And
Mm,
there's so many people that do that or drink themselves to death or shoot that last shot. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you're savable. You're not a lost cause,
Mhm.
man. Like I'm glad that I was able to really get deep into my story because I was a lost cause. I was a troll for 10 years, man. I thought
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
my
dude.
life. And stuff has
Hmm.
been revealed to me, and stuff has continued to be revealed to me through my sobriety, man. Like, please don't give up on yourself. Like, I'm saying it just like that because people believed in me, nurses, doctors, counselors, other skaters, people that didn't know me off the streets. Some people kind of used to come up to me and like, God wanted me to just pray with you for some reason, and
Mm,
and then that sticks with me. You know what I mean? And just there's a the life that you think you're living, that's not your life.
no.
There's a real life designed for you. I thought I was done being a skateboarder. I thought I was done being a professional skateboarder. Now I have sponsors again. Like speaking of, let me shout them out. Shout out.
Yeah.
I'm give a shout out to my sponsors: O Bones, Silhouettes, Dark Slide Grip Tape, 606 Wheels, and Part of My Thrashing. These companies believe in me. I am 38 years old, and they believe in me and my. You don't understand what that means. Now, most of these sponsors are not even in Kentucky. One, Silhouettes is out of Kentucky. 606 and them, they're in Part My Thrash. They're in Chicago. They just see what I'm doing on social. Old Bones, man, they believe in me, even though I couldn't believe in myself, dude. Like I said, I'm 38. That's
Mm,
old in skateboarding, man. And so, like,
yeah.
there's a real life for you. It may not be your skateboarding. You could be the best musician, the best artist. We don't know what God really has in store for you until you put down that spoon and that drink and that shot, like, and give
Yeah,
your
dude.
life a
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
give your life a shot, man. So it's always
Oof.
like I'm forever ever grateful. I'm grateful for the last drop club. I'm grateful for you, Tim, and this podcast, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
just whether this thing gets 50 listens or 8 billion listens, it's gonna help somebody.
Yeah, that's awesome. Dude, yeah, I appreciate that so much, dude. I appreciate that so much because I'm on the same page, man. Like I'm so grateful for, yeah, people like you too, and like just this community that we're starting to form, like on social media, of the people that are trying to help other people recover out loud, and like people are trying to
Sure.
show people like it can be done, you know. And
It can be.
I always say like it takes an army, you know. It takes an army of people to help one person, because that's what it took for me too, you know. It took family and friends and people in the rooms, and it's like, just like you said too, man, I had to have other people tell me they loved me before I could love myself, because I
For
couldn't love
sure.
myself in the end either. And when I was first getting clean, it was just like I didn't know how to love myself. I had to like be retaught how to love myself and realize that
For
like
sure. For
there
sure.
is a different plan for me, and there is more for me than what I thought. Cause I always thought like I was just going to be this like, you know, low grade graphic designer, and I was going to be like, you know, having to, you know, use dope and get drunk every day to like get through my life. And then it got to the point where it wasn't, you know. And I was like, okay, I either have to choose use and drink and do this every day or change, you know. And
For sure.
if I wouldn't have changed, I would probably be dead today too, you know. And it's
For
just
sure.
like
For sure.
I'm grateful there were people there who didn't give up on me, and like who the people out there who like barely knew me and was like, dude, and this is it so true to the people who are listening and to the people who watch this, like, I don't know you, but I love you. I love you. Hang in there if you're fucking struggling. We all struggle, you know, and it takes an army of people to help each other, and like just hang in there, because it will get better, you know. Give it 24 hours and see what happens. And
One day.
that's why it's just for today, man. Just for today, every single day, you know.
That's crazy. Just literally one day, see what happens.
One
That's
day, one day. Right on. Well, thank you so much, Leandre. I really appreciate you, man. And thank you so much for your story and coming on to the Last Drop Business Podcast. Dude, just that was
Thank you.
amazing. So yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much, man. Thank you all for listening. Be sure to go check out Involved. Go check out Leandre's Instagram. Go check out the Last Drop, lastdropclothingco.com, and we will have a new drop actually coming out here in the beginning of the year, so stay tuned for that. Please share this podcast with someone who you know might want to, you know, get something from this. But all right, well, take it easy, everyone. Thanks, Leandre. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you.
All right, later, man.